Good morning, students. I'm your science teacher. So, today we are going to start the new chapter, that is chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. So, students, in the previous chapter, you have learned how animals reproduce. So, it is only after growing up to a certain age, right? And that human beings and many organisms can reproduce. So, why can humans reproduce only after a certain age? So, students, in this chapter, you will learn about changes that takes place in the human body, after which a person becomes capable of reproduction. So, in chapter 9, you have learned about human reproductive organs. So, here we will discuss the role that hormones play in bringing about changes that make a child grow into an adult, right? So, firstly, we'll talk about student, that what is adolescence, right? So student, growing up is a natural process and the period of life when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity, so that is called what adolescence. Now this adolescence, student, it begins around the age of 11 and lasts up to 18 or 19 years of age. And this adolescent are also called student teenagers, right? So in this chapter, students, we will learn about endocrine system, adolescence and puberty, changes at puberty, role of hormones during puberty, reproductive health, drug abuse, right? Now body functions of humans and many vertebrates are supported by a special system called endocrine system. Now this system contains a bag like structure called glands. These glands are located at specific places inside our bodies, and they release chemical substance known as hormones. Now these hormones act like chemical messengers and are responsible for different emotions that we experience. So students, if we talk about endocrine system, students, so we can say that student, this system, it helps to regulate a variety of bodily functions through the secretion of hormones, right? And if we talk about glands, so student, we can say that it is an organ in the human or animal body which secretes particular chemical substances for use in the body or discharge into the surroundings, right? And what is hormones? So student, these are chemical messengers secreted by the endocrine glands, and they control body functioning, physiology and behavior, okay? And this plant hormones are also known as phytohormones, which control and regulate germination, growth, metabolism and other important activities in plants. So student, we talked about in plants also there is hormone which is known as what phytohormones, and its function is to control and regulate germination, okay, or growth, metabolism. So all the important activities that is mm, that occur in the plant, so that is controlled by which hormone, that is phytohormones, right? So now we'll talk about the endocrine system, okay? So students, this system, it consists of endocrine glands which secrete hormones, right? And these glands, students, do not have any ducts or tubes for transportation of hormones from one part of the body to the other, hence they are also known as ductless glands. So students, if we talk about that what is endocrine glands, so we can say that students, there are certain glands that lack ducts in it and are responsible for the secretion of the chemical substance called hormones. Now they pour their secretion directly into the bloodstream, and they are called what? Endocrine glands. Now students, these endocrine glands, these are also called what? Ductless gland, because they secrete the hormones directly into the blood, right? And the part of the body for which a particular hormone is meant is called the target site, and the endocrine glands secrete the hormones in the blood, and it reaches the target site, then the target site responds accordingly, right? Now we talk about the major glands that make up the human endocrine system are pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, ovaries and testes. So we'll discuss it one by one. So firstly we'll talk about pituitary gland, right? So students, if we talk about pituitary gland, it secrete growth and stimulating hormone, and the pituitary gland has a size as small as pea and is located inside the skull, and it is also called the master gland because as it controls the function of all other glands, and it also secretes the prolactin that stimulates the production of milk, and the growth hormone is responsible for the growth of a person, Now the next gland, that is adrenal gland. So students, if we talk about adrenal gland, so it secrete adrenaline hormone, and this adrenal gland have a size of almost of a walnut and are located above the kidneys. It helps in managing stress as it increases the blood sugar levels, dilates the pupils, increases the heart rate, enhances the blood supply to the muscles. So it is also called what, fight or flight hormone also, as it functions in emergency situations. So it is also known as what, emergency gland. This gland is also known as emergency gland because it helps in uh, responding to emergency situations, right? So the next gland, that is pancreas. So we'll talk about pancreas. So student, this pancreas, it secrete insulin and glucagon hormone, and students, it regulates the blood sugar level in the body, and deficiency of insulin leads to which disease, that is diabetes, right? Now the next gland, that is thyroid gland. So student, this thyroid gland, it secrete thyroxine hormone, right? And if we talk about thyroid gland, so student, it is a butterfly shaped gland situated in the throat. It maintains the balance of all metabolic activities, and the deficiency of this hormone, students, it can cause swelling of the thyroid gland and leading to which disease, that is goiter disease, right? So next gland, that is testes. So it secrete testosterone, and its function is, that is, it controls the sexual development. And the next, that is ovaries. So students, it secrete estrogen hormone, and its function is what, controls sexual development, right? So this testes, students, this and secrete testosterone. And students, this testosterone, it is a male hormone, and this ovaries, it secrete what, estrogen hormone, students. So this estrogen is, student, it is what, the female hormone, right? So here you can see, students, a table given here, in which the gland, location, hormone and function is written here, right? So here you can see this table. So now we'll talk about, students, that what is menstruation, right? So students, if we talk about menstruation, so students, we can say that it is a physiological change occurs in the uterus of woman and release thickened lining of the uterus along with its blood vessels. So that is called what, menstruation, right? And this diabetes disease and goiter disease, just now we have discussed this. So no, so now we'll talk about that, what is adolescence and puberty. So if we talk about adolescence, students, just now we have learned about adolescence. So students, this adolescence is a stage of physical and mental development that occurs between childhood and adulthood, and this development involves biological, uh, social and psychological changes. So during this period, students, a person's body undergoes dramatic changes, right? In girls, adolescence stage may begin 1 year or 2 years earlier than in boys, and the period of the adolescence, it differs from person to person. Now if you talk about that, what is puberty. So students, this puberty is a biological process characterized by the maturation of secondary sexual organs and characteristics, and the average age of girls of puberty is 10 to 12 years, while for boys it is 12 to 14 years. So in simple words, we can say that this puberty is the time when a child's body starts changing into an adult body, right? And so this adolescent and puberty bring with a lot of emotional baggage. Okay, now the next topic, that is changes at puberty. So students, if we talk about this changes at puberty, so an individual undergoes through different changes during the onset of puberty, and it differs in males and females, students. Also the extent of these changes is different in each person. So each individual goes through changes like increase in height, change in body shape, change in voice, development of sex organs, mental, intellectual and emotional maturity, right? So students, the next topic that we'll discuss in our next video part, and that's all for today. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.